Hello everyone, it's Adam here. So in this video we're going to be reviewing, or at least giving a first look on the, it's funny when I start, I always digress in these videos. I pronounce this as Shoei, I think it's Shoei, I honestly don't know. I'm not in the motorcycle culture yet, so I'm just, I'm playing this by the seat of my pants here. Alright, so and as you can see my bed is bare now because it is laundry day. Here's the story on this thing. So we have the, I'm going to call it Shoei. I'm expecting the comments to just rain down all of the hate. It's a Shoei GT Air. It is supposedly very cool. I went to a motorcycle store about 4 weeks ago and tried on a bunch of helmets. And this helmet, and also I made the point of not looking at any prices at all. I wanted to have a completely blind field test of all of these, and this one fit the best. It was wonderful. I mean, it just felt good. It didn't feel too hot. My cheeks didn't feel completely constrained. It was tight, but I could still talk and breathe and move, and it was just great. It was also very light. I think it clocks in at 3.1, 3.2 pounds. So really impressed with this. So I'll just go through this quickly. But first, I think this list for like $550 or $600 online. I found it for $350, and it was sold by a motorcycle store in Canada. I made sure that this was actually a North American spec model with DOT certification. It is an as-is open box. It was used as the demo unit on their show floor, and it was unsellable at the end of the quarter, so they decided to put it on eBay and sell it for like $450 Canadian, so that's like $350 or $325 American, and that included shipping. So I inspected it with my LED light. I didn't find any scuffs or dents or scratches or anything on this helmet at all. I made sure from the seller that it was in really good condition, according to them at least. And yeah, one thing that is missing though, when you put the visor up, is the breath guard is missing, which does come in the box, and this was missing, so I've got to buy that. It's a $10 purchase. It's not too bad. So so quick overview here. So we've got this is kind of the design. You can see here the lines come down. It's difficult to see actually with this paint job, but you've got lines that kind of go in here. You've got a bit here that sticks out in the rear. It's just a really beautiful helmet in general. It just looks nice overall. This operation is very hard. It's a challenging visor to open up. It does have this rubber seal around the edges, so when you close it, you hear a really nice, solid, like a car door closing. So I mean, it sounds like a VW or Audi door versus a Toyota door. When this is open or closed, there's another lever on the side here which you can click just to push that down. It's really fast. To open this and close this, and quite easy with gloves. I've already tried it with my gloves on and it works really great. So this is our view here. You guys can see my room in the background and the fact that I'm wearing shorts. There you go. And and on the bottom we've got a quick release tab for emergency personnel if they need access to your face and not do any neck damage if you've had an accident. You've got a nice chin guard here which has kind of a vinyl leather finish around the edge, which I believe will help with the aerodynamics, not with the aerodynamics, with the noise levels. I mean, it just hugs really well. It's super comfortable. It's very very easy to put on. Standard D-ring locking mechanism here. Every piece from this to this, all the way to the back, can be removed. Once removed, you can actually access the earpieces to insert your Bluetooth communication system. It works with that really well. It's very soft. Everything just feels great. Of course, this being a demo model, I immediately bought some helmet care freshener to keep the helmet smelling nice. It doesn't smell like it's been used that much at all, especially it hasn't been used on the road. So as far as it is called the GT Air for a reason. So it's supposed to be quiet on the road. It's supposed to be very aerodynamic. The wind kind of goes over into the sides and doesn't have a lot of pushback on the rider. Down here we've got an opening to let air in. We also have an opening up here. So there's a off, medium, and high. So there's 2 clicks here. And then at the rear you've got an exhaust exit which you can turn on or off. So you've got air basically coming through, to the mouth, to the head, and then out the back, which is really great. I've got really no complaints about it. I actually I haven't ridden yet. I don't get my license for another month. And I bought all this stuff in advance because I wanted to actually make sure that everything I bought fits me, is comfortable, works well, so then I have a chance, an opportunity to do returns, because I'm buying everything online, so I have a chance to do everything, do returns and replacements if things are too tight or too big on me. The helmet was the one thing I did try on in person, and I'm very happy with this, but I did wear it for an hour tonight while I was doing housework, doing dishes and such. I had the visor up, obviously, because it's hot to wear it around without being with the wind in your face. But it's very comfortable. I have absolutely zero complaints. Obviously, it didn't come with any adjustments or anything, any foam adjustments. I mean, the thing was as is, so you know, I was a bit worried that it would be too tight. It might need a bit of adjustment, but it actually feels fantastic. So I like the paint job a lot. I mean, for sure, for $350, it really was a no-brainer. It arrived from Canada in four days, and if anything, if I hated it, I could probably sell it on Craigslist for $500, being an unused demo model, but just missing the breath guard and missing some of the foam adjustments. So super happy with this thing. I can't wait to ride it or use it while I'm riding. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The Shoei GT Air. I don't even know what paint job this is, but I think it's beautiful. Actually, let me grab my Maglite and I will show you what this thing looks like. I mean, the paint job is just gorgeous. I don't even know what it's called. I just know I think it's beautiful. And what's amazing about this, I'm going to shine a light on this, is you've got this sparkling finish here. You can see the orange and all the kind of the rainbow colors here around the whole finish, and I think that is just gorgeous to look at. I mean, I think the paint job is beautiful. I look forward to extended review later once I've worn it, you know, for a few hours and given it a fair wear. So thanks for watching. This is the GT Air, and I'm looking forward to riding with it. Okay, these just arrived. These are the Alpinestars Apex Drystar gloves. So I went and tried these on in a store that was charging 110 bucks for them. So I went online and saw they were 90 bucks. I bought them online because, well, gotta save money somewhere. So these are pretty nice, actually. They're supposed to be, you know, 3-season gloves. Obviously, you know, anything below 40, 35 degrees, you're going to be too cold to ride. They are leather, but I think 35, 40 is probably the least you could have them on in. I bought them for a few reasons. I bought them because they come up high above onto my wrist here. You know, they come up past wrist level, so they can cover up my jacket. I like that the really hard knuckles, extra protection. They've got these little pads here, which are also extra protection. On the front here, we've got some thumb grip here, and just overall, they've got a lot of padding, kind of where you're going to be having the most wear and tear. But it's on the sides, you've got a bit of flex here, some stretchy sort of suede, nylon, vinyl material. Then you've got an over-the-cuff Velcro and a tightener here to close them on. Let's put these guys on and see how they look on the hands. Okay, so they're on the hands now. So you see here we've got plenty of motion. Knuckles stick out nice. They're good and tight. You've kind of got, I mean, the snap clip here in the center is nice because you can tighten it around your wrist quite well to keep air or water from getting down your wrist. Then you've got the second Velcro, which will go around your jacket. They're very comfortable. This is the extra large size. I have very big hands, as you guys can tell. Let's compare this with like a Maglite. I've got quite large hands, so so they feel well. They've got a bit of a gap at the end of the fingertip, which is nice. So when I'm squeezing down, that gap goes away, and you've got just a little bit of slack there left. They don't cut off any air circulation at all. And like the helmet, I've worn these for a couple of hours around the house doing housework just to make sure they're absolutely comfortable and I don't want to return them. And I'm really happy with them. You know, each finger can move independently quite easily, and the flexing is good. There's you can see some of the rivets here in the back of the wrist with that kind of flex as you move your wrist, which makes it a little bit easier to get into riding position and, you know, on the throttle. I'd say the thumb is a little tight. You can't really, if I grip this flashlight, the thumb is kind of feeling like it's pulling back at me. But other than that, everything else feels good, and they get warm really fast. So if I was riding in 40-degree weather, I'd probably be pretty comfortable. I might throw in a heating pad, you know, a little heating thermal activated pad in there just to heat things up a bit. But yeah, these gloves are nice. 90 bucks online. They're probably the first gloves I'll buy for the bike, and I may switch something a bit lighter by August, September. But for most of the year, I believe this is what I'm going to be riding until I decide to upgrade to something a bit more serious. But you know, as for protection, I think they'll do the job. This is a mock unboxing of the Forma Adventure boots. So I've already unboxed these, I've already put them on. So this is sort of a fake unboxing, but I am keeping the box in case I ever sell these. So let's have a little reveal here. All right, so this is the size 13, color is brown. They sell a black model as well. It's full grain, oiled leather all around. They are, I believe it's Drytex is the material they use. Yeah, they use Drytex to keep these, to keep your feet dry and secure. So what we see here is boots that basically come up to my ankles or halfway up my calves, which is great. They've got bend points in the back here that bend with your foot. You've also got bend points here in the front, which bend as you're riding. Let's shine a little light on these to help you guys see a bit better. There we go. Bends in the front. Nice hard stop at the top. At the bottom, you've got the pads for your shifting, and then you've got a really hard bump over here on the outside, and you've got these ankle bone hard things on the sides, on the left and on the right. So quite a lot of coverage here. It's steel toe and steel heel on the front and the back. Oh well, you know what I mean. And locking is actually quite easy. So if you buy, there's a model that costs about 20 or 30 bucks more than this, and you get metal or at least some kind of aluminum locking mechanism. This is the cheaper model because I am on a budget, so I think these were $2.79. But you know, everyone's budgets are different, so you know how it is. So this guy opens up here. This comes through like this. Like so. Even if it's only halfway on, like this, you can still push it in here and lock like that. So you don't have to actually get the piece here all the way in for the lock to catch. So it's pretty nice. Up top, you've got a Velcro bit here that you can take apart, which opens the shoe right up to get your foot in there. Close the Velcro up as tight as you would like, all the way down, and then tighten these up. Each of these, as you can see inside here, are adjustable on the inside, just like you would have an inline pair of boots or skates. Bottom is pretty rugged, and like the other accessories that I've bought or apparel that I've bought, I spent the best part of 2 hours or so, 3 hours maybe, walking around in these around the house, outside, down to get the mail. I didn't operate a car or a vehicle with these, but I did, you know, walking the trails around my house they're paved. Nothing too serious. Then I clean them off. You know, very, very basic walking around. Nothing, you know, like 8 hours on a motorcycle. But I gave them a good break-in period. And honestly, they were very comfortable from the start. The actual part around my feet was maybe a bit looser than I would have liked. But I think just an extra pair of ankle socks underneath my riding socks that are knee-height riding socks would reduce that gap completely. But the you know, I have big calves. I'm a big dude, so the calves and everything there was a very snug fit. It wasn't tight. Didn't cut off any blood pressure. I didn't get any heel pain from walking around. They felt really good. So I think these are, in my opinion, I think they're pretty darn good. So $2.79 is what I paid. Maybe you can find a discount. There's all kinds of Forma boots for the adventure category, but these are the ones that I bought because I like the grain leather. I like the color. I like the tan color. I think it's good for, you know, walking around and also riding your bike. There's a lot of boots that I went through that are great for on your motorcycle, but when you actually comes time to get out and walk around the mall for a bit and do some shopping, or maybe go to your favorite brewery and stand in line and get a growler, they get pretty uncomfortable. And these actually were known to be good for not extended hiking, but if you wanted to hike around for a few minutes and get back on your bike, they do the job. So overall, I'm happy with the buy. Like most other stuff that I'm buying for the motorcycle, there's probably opportunities all over the place to upgrade and get different things as my needs change, or as I learn more about my needs, and maybe sell this stuff for a bit cheaper than I bought it. But for the most part, these definitely check my boxes for an adventure bike, on and off road, with a bit of walking around or getting off my bike a lot on dirt roads to pick the bike back up. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video review of a few things that I bought for my motorcycle. And it's always best to be geared up all the time, so that's what I'm trying to do for safety reasons and style really isn't what my goal is. The goal here is safety and comfort. And I think these things work for me. Thank you again for watching.